we knew that's what the end of the show. They were trying to kill the show. Whenever they're trying to kill a show, see, because what happened was, we had basically maxed out of the money they wanted to pay everybody. So they try to bring in new people in to try to kill the show. That's why these, like if you notice, whenever they're trying to kill a show, they start moving it around time slots. So you guys can lose it, so you don't find it. They'll move it from Thursday night to Wednesday night, from Wednesday night to Monday night, from Monday night to Sunday night. You're like, where'd that show go? Ah, forget it, I'll watch something else. And that's what they're counting on, because they want to kill the show. And when he came, we were, okay, they're trying to kill the show. But we would have ran 11 years. We went 8. We would have went 11. We had higher ratings than Facts of Life. They went 11 years. We were killing them in the ratings. We stayed top 20 for at least, we were number 1 for like 2 years. We dropped down to number 5, and we were like number 15, and we were number 20 for like 3 years. And we would have stayed at number 20, but what happened was Gary Coleman's people got crazy. They wanted really a lot, an astronomical amount, especially for that time. They wanted like something like, which is nothing today. They wanted like 200,000 and some guarantee, which they would have got like that now. I mean, I hear the average kid now on a TV show, successful TV show on a network that's successful is making $200,000. That's what he's starting out with, you know, which is crazy. They're making a fortune today. You know, people are making, you know, 25, 30 million a season. They're making big money today, you know, that we didn't get a chance to make. And that's the unfortunate part about it. So all of us that trudged the road and did all the work for the people to be where they are today, these child stars, you know, they don't look at us the same, which is, it's unfortunate. But I know everybody. I know all the new kids. I remember this one kid that was in Shazam. You remember him? That kid, like, he's gone now. But what's funny is I saw this kid, and he said some smart ass shit to me too, you know. And it's like, oh, you just figured it out. You're nobody. I'm going to be a star. Like, buddy, you're going to be gone in 2 years. Oh, no, I won't. Okay. Where is he now? Have you seen him lately?
I don't even know what.
Exactly. You don't know. I'm still here and he gone. I like that. That's what he get for being a little smart, a little punk. You know what I mean? Being smart to me. You know, and you know, instead of being nice, you know, he just got smart and now he's gone. And that's the problem with a lot of child stars that make it. They get there not on their merit, but on a show that's successful, and you know they get really weird. But most child stars are different looking. Have you noticed that too? They're short, or they're really weird looking. They are. When they grow up, you're like, who's that kid? That was, wasn't it? Wow. Have you noticed that though? And then there's also, you know, Danny Bonaducci, steroids and crazy. He had a great show. He's nuts, man. I watch it to see if he's gonna kill himself. I do.
You said you have kids. Would you let your kids pursue the entertainment business?
My son has a movie coming out, April 30th, called Daddy. It's the sequel to Daddy Daycare. It's called Daddy Day Camp. It's with Cuba Gooding Jr. And he plays Cuba's son in the movie. He did it for 8 weeks in Utah. That was funny.
Yeah. Back to Janet Jackson.
Yes.
How old were you when you dated her for the 2 years? And did you have sex with her?
I can't tell you. We'll see. Let me say this. One thing about me, I never say anybody I slept with. It was a whole lot of women, but
How old were you?
I won't tell you that. How old was I when we dated? We dated 15, 16, 17. Hey, I'm not going to tell you what I did or not. I would never, I don't talk, hey, you can't keep getting it if you tell it on yourself. Nobody want to know that. You know, women, don't tell. Oh, I won't, don't worry. No, but you know, she was a fabulous girl. We spent a lot of time on the phone together, a lot of time. And we did, because that's all, you know, you only had the phone, that's all you had. You couldn't text or email, so you had a phone, you know, and it was like, the phone was in the middle of the house, you know what I mean? You had to call a certain time, you know, or her mom or her dad or Michael would answer the phone, you know. He didn't want Michael, he didn't want you to talk to her. Janet, you shouldn't be talking to her. You're way too crazy. And then what happened was I broke up with her and then she went and got married on me a month later. She got pissed at me and got married. That's when she married James DeBarge, you remember that? Yeah. It wasn't a secret wedding, she told me about it. It pissed me off. She thought I'd come running, but that's when I wanted to be wild. I wanted to be wild. I had a wild hair in my butt and I wanted to be crazy, man. You know, and I should have married her and I'd been fine, because I'd had $8 million right now if I married her. You know what I mean? I'd be with Janet, you're like, yeah. Or I could have met LaToya. Just kidding. I think that's good. Are we done? Yeah. You sure? Or you want to say? We can do that anymore if they have any more questions. I don't mind. And then we'll go out there. Nobody else? That's it? So we leave now? Oh.
Do you have any particular like parties that are just any that stick in your mind that were just super crazy that you can look back like
Yeah.
that was
I used to go to the Playboy Mansion a lot. That was one of the things to do. So imagine at 18 years old going to the Playboy Mansion. It was a lot of fun. And one of my best friends used to be, I used to hang out with a lot, used to be Jerry Buss. I used to hang out a lot. The owner of the Lakers, which is crazy. So, you know, we go in and it'll be him and all of my friends. And a guy named with me used to be a guy named Stoney Jackson used to be with me. My brother, and a guy named Miguel Nunez, who is in, see that movie where he played that girl basketball guy who played the girl basketball player? Chihuahua Man. That guy. That guy, we used to hang out with him. Why is that funny? Chihuahua Man. You didn't like the movie? She's laughing. Birthday girl is laughing. How old are you?
24.
24. Jeez. I was 24 once. Quite a long time ago. Get 24 back. I was 24 again. I'm jealous today of these kids today. Aren't you jealous of these kids today? They got everything, man. We had 4 channels. Your dad used to use us remotes. Remember that? You were remote to your dad. Remember that? He'd wake you up and make you come change the channels. It sucked. Seriously, my dad used to wake me up in the middle of the night to change the channel and fix the rabbit ears because the channel was coming in fuzzy. Anybody else?
Did you have a sense of normalcy in your life when you were growing up?
That's a good question. What do you mean by normal?
You know, you have to be in bed by a certain time.
Oh, heck yeah. You kidding me? That's why I was able to make it back to where I'm at today. Was because I did have a lot of sense of normalcy, and when I strayed away, you know, a kid that is raised right, when he strays away, he'll come back eventually. And my dad was the one who was out of control. My mom was a very, you know, A student, you know, that kind of lady, and yeah, I had to be in bed by 8:30, like my son today, and you know, weeknights, you know, we stay up a little later. That's why when I turned 18, I moved out immediately. I said, bye! You know, maybe I shouldn't have did that. I probably should have stayed home a little longer. And I wouldn't have had probably as many problems. But my mom told me, though, when I grew up, you know, that I should go and seek therapy. But, you know, if you sought therapy in '80, you were crazy. You know that, in the '80s. We all go to therapy today now. It's like, yeah, I'm going to therapy. Oh, man, way to go, dude. I'm so glad you're doing something for yourself. Back in the '80s, I'm going to therapy. Freaking lunatic. Are you crazy? You know, I was nuts back then. So, you know, I had normalcy, I would say I did. A lot of it, you know. I don't have any normalcy today, but that's the difference. I'm crazy today. I go out and party, you know, I drink a lot of coffee and get really sparked, you know, and I go home and I pee a lot. It's great. I love it. It's the only way to live today. I snort Ajax, you know what I mean? Stuff, keep my nose clean. Just to practice like it was cocaine or something. You know, it hurts, it burns though, man. Your eyes get weird and see things. Did anybody see Jack Black's movie? Tremendous D, that movie? Tenacious D, that's it. Remember he's eating those mushrooms? Man, I remember that, man. I related to that. I was on a plane watching that movie. I watched it and I laughed so loud. People were looking at me because I was laughing at the mushroom scene. Because that happened to me, man. It really did. I ate like 4.5 grams of mushrooms. And man, I was like a fighter pilot in the Japanese service. I wasn't even fighting for U.S., I was a Japanese fighter pilot in the backyard. I spoke Japanese, you know, and I was fighting American planes. I was like, shooting them down. I was so loaded. And I laughed when he was talking to that Bigfoot. Remember, hey Bigfoot, I want to be Bigfoot. You know, I was like, I want to be Japanese, and I was Japanese. That was weird, man. Glad I don't do drugs anymore. I'm glad I didn't get stuck. You know, you get stuck. You see people in the crazy house, they got stuck. People who did drugs, and all of a sudden, that was it. They didn't get out of that psychosis. Because, you know, I still think I'm Willis Jackson. Anything else?